So recently, I've been seeing people make predictions on what they think is going to happen this year in terms of marketing, social media, and in the online business space in general. So I thought it would be really fun to share my predictions for 2023 with you and wanted to put my own twist on it because I personally just think it's really fun to think ahead in this way and also give you a heads up on what I truly believe is going to become important in 2023. So that said, I actually came up with 10 different predictions or theories on what is going to become really popular and really effective in 2023 that will help you with your marketing, your visibility, and your business growth in general. And I really do think it will be so interesting to look back this time next year and just see if I was right or not. So this might become an annual thing. We will see. But that being said, let's go ahead and just dive right on in because this will be a good one. I just have a feeling. So let's do it. Hey Queen, welcome to Reclaim to Reign. I'm your host, Hannah Brindley, daughter of the King, certified life coach, and faith-fueled business mentor. I know you are so sick of feeling like you worked so hard in your business with little to no reward while staying in this same cycle of self-sabotaging tendencies you know are keeping you stuck. And because of that, I know you are craving to end this never-ending cycle of self-destruction and cultivate a successful, Holy Spirit-led business without letting it become your idol. So if you are ready to be fueled by faith over flesh, fight your battles spiritually instead of physically, take bold action on your God-given callings, and finally create that thriving faith-fueled business, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and reheat your coffee, grab a notebook and pen, and let's dive in. Okay, my friend, we are just diving into prediction number 1 right off the bat. And that prediction is that I truly believe that understanding who your ideal client is and understanding what one core problem that you solve for your ideal client is going to become more important than ever. And honestly, this has always been really important to understand. But now with the rise of, the coaching industry, with the rise of, online courses, with just the rise of social media in general, this is going to become so important because let's be real, a lot of people are starting online businesses. A lot of people are becoming course creators. A lot of people are becoming content creators. A lot of people are moving to the online space. So to really stand out, you are going to have to understand what that problem that you solve is, or otherwise you're just going to start falling to the wayside. And now I'm not saying that, you can't talk about other things. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that you have to understand who they are, your ideal client, and what they want. Okay. So that being said, if you are still kind of like, I'm not really sure. I mean, I have an idea, but it's just not super clear, or perhaps you just want to get more clear, then I recommend actually tuning into episode 3 of this show. And it's titled Why You're Not Attracting Clients to You Online and How to Do It as a Multi-Passionate Entrepreneur. So I fully believe in being multi-passionate. I'm super multi-passionate. I have a lot of multi-passionate ideal clients as well. So it's like, how do you actually market and how do you create content without putting yourself in this box, but still catering to one ideal client? I actually answered that question in episode 3. So I highly recommend heading to that episode. If you've listened to it before, I highly recommend re-listening to it because it's a good one. And I tell you how to go about it if you are a multi-passionate business owner, which I'm just going to go ahead and guess that we all are. So that being said, it is going to be crucial to get super crystal clear on what it is you do and who you serve. Otherwise, you are going to become buried in the online ocean. And I do not want that for you. I know you don't want that for you. So please, please, please get clear, take the time to do it, and go listen to that episode. It's episode 3. Now, in addition, I have a freebie for you that will help you really nail down your ideal client and, help you get clear and really understand your marketing and your messaging. And you can get it by going to bit.ly/attractyourqueendom. It's bit.ly/attractyourqueendom. And I also have that linked in the show notes for you. But all of that to say, if you listen to episode 3 of the show, if you download this freebie and you're still just like, oh, I've got a much better idea, but I'm still just not sure. Listen, girlfriend, you've just got to take action. Okay. You have got to take action. Action creates clarity. And sometimes, I'm talking to myself here because we all do it. Let's just be real. But sometimes we can get in our heads and we can think ourselves in circles. I need you to go take action. Okay, I need you to just take action on what you think you know. Even if you don't have all the answers right now, take action on what you do know, even if it's just a little bit. And what will happen is that the clarity that you are searching for will start to develop. And then if you are still stuck, I highly recommend joining us inside of Faith Fueled Coach Academy, which will be open so soon again. So go ahead and get on the wait list because I will be opening it up again. You can check it out and you can get on the wait list by going to www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA. I'm going to link that in the show notes for you too. But now that you know the importance of getting clarity and taking action on whatever clarity that you have and how action creates clarity and how important it is to really understand what it is you're doing and what problem you're solving and who you're serving, we're actually going to go into prediction number 2 now. So prediction number 2 is that 2023 is going to become really heavily focused on community and connection. Now, I do think this is something that has always been important and it's always been a huge value of mine in my business, but I think it's becoming even more important as time goes on. And the reason for this is because even though content is so important, obviously, and educating is so important, obviously, at the end of the day, people have been bombarded with content and bombarded with knowledge. There is so much in the online space. Think about it. If you go onto Instagram, you are literally bombarded with content after content, with, education and entertainment. You're just bombarded all the time. And this can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, right? There's that line. But also at the same time, because again, people are moving to the online space. More and more people are becoming content creators. More and more people are becoming course creators and coaches and, online business owners. It is now going to become super important to cultivate community and to be very focused on community. And in addition to sharing knowledge, in addition to showing your authority. But again, I do feel like we're moving into a space where community is literally going to be, I think, honestly, the theme for 2023. Because again, we are bombarded so much with content. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do think that the people that are really focused on cultivating that community, whether it be, starting a membership that's actually community focused as opposed to content focused, which, hi, that might be happening over here, FYI. So keep your eye open. But anyways, the point I am making is that I think the people that, actually put community first and are very community driven this year, as opposed to just being like content, those are the people that are going to really create very sustainable and scalable growth in their business. Okay, so I think sometimes content might equate to fast. Sometimes, right? Sometimes, that doesn't happen. But, I think, going viral and all of that can be great, but it can also equate to really fast and quick success. Whereas being community driven And everything that you do is going to create those roots. And that's what we want. And that's why I think that being community and connection focused in 2023 is going to propel you so far. Now, this actually leads me to prediction number 3. And the prediction I have is that I truly believe that depth is going to become extremely important in terms of content creation, in terms of serving your ideal client, in terms of the one problem that you solve for your ideal client. Depth is going to be really crucial. And what I mean by this is that yes, we're solving a core problem, but we're not just solving a surface level problem anymore. I really think that 2023 is going to be a year of people searching for, holistic solutions, of people searching for, yes, they want help with business, but they also are looking for someone that really understands that business is actually integrated into every single part of your life. And one part of your life is actually going to affect another part of your life. And I think people are really starting to understand that because people are taking these courses and people are solving this one problem that they think that they have, or people are trying to solve this one problem that they think that they have, but it's not working because it's actually not getting to the root of the problem. So I truly believe that depth is going to be crucial in 2023 for this reason. So that being said, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your offer, when it comes to what it is that you are actually helping people with, I really want you to just ask yourself, does this get to the root of the problem? And if not, what actually does, right? Because again, I do think that depth and getting to the root of what is actually going on is going to be so important moving forward, because again, people are starting to take these, surface level courses or, programs, and it's lackluster because it doesn't actually get to the root, and we've got to get to the root this year. So that is my challenge per se to you, is let's add some more depth this year. So now we're shifting gears a little bit and we're moving into prediction number 4, and it has to do with social media and marketing. And that is that I believe that Instagram carousels are going to be huge in 2023. And there's actually 2 different types of carousel posts that I just think are going to be really effective in 2023, and they are very different. Now, before I share what those 2 things are, if you're not sure what a carousel post is, it is essentially, if you are on Instagram, you are seeing, a post that is a picture, but then you can swipe through and you can see multiple pictures. So that is what is called a carousel post. You can have up to 10 photos in one post. And I truly believe, and I think we've all seen, that carousels have really come back since, the whole Reels train on Instagram. So that being said, I do think that carousels are coming back. And again, like I said, there's 2 different themes, I guess you could say, of carousels that I think are going to be really effective in 2023. And the first one is, you've already been seeing this, go around probably, but they're going to be, educational, short, sweet, to the point, punchy posts. Now, what I mean by this is that the first picture is probably going to be a title like, business and marketing predictions to grow your online business in 2023. You're just going to see that on the first picture. And then when you swipe, you're just going to be able to see each prediction, right? And it's going to be short, sweet, to the point. Now, these go really, really well because, maybe people don't have their volume on, or people can just swipe and read through. It's almost like a mini blog post, and it doesn't take a lot of time. So that's why I think these are doing really well now and will continue to do really well in 2023. So if you aren't on the carousel train, I highly recommend getting on the carousel train this year. Now, with that said, there's another type of carousel post that I just think is probably going to blow up this year. I've only seen 1 or 2 people do this, and I loved it so much that I just think it's just a little bit different than what we are consistently seeing. And this one's a little bit more, in my opinion, a little bit more community driven and focused. It's not like that heavy educational content. It's not going to be something that, gets shared a bunch of times or goes viral, but it's more so to build the community. And what I'm calling it, I guess, is almost like a photo dump of, a week or a month, and it actually become something that is a little bit more personal to you, people to see different sides of you. Maybe in that photo dump, you actually share some videos or pictures of what's happened with you over the month, or, actually sharing like a reflection of the month, or you're sharing what you're grateful for. You actually have, documented what you have done. I really do think that this is going to become a really great way to connect with your audience in a different way than just sharing these really hard posts all the time. Because again, I do think that people are craving that more depth. People are craving intimacy. I think there's going to be a really beautiful balance with that. So those are the two types of carousel posts that I highly recommend getting on board with in 2023. So that actually leads me to prediction number 5. Now, prediction number 5 is that I truly think that copy AI is going to become really popular in 2023. Now, if you're not sure what copy AI is, or you haven't heard about it, essentially copy AI generates high quality original content for any project instantly. And so essentially it is an AI powered copywriter that generates high quality copy for your business. Now, I can't sit here and tell you, my opinion on it or anything. I have not used it or tried it just yet, but I do think that more and more people are going to be hopping on this bandwagon. Now, because of this actually is going to lead me into prediction number 6. Now, prediction number 6 is that the demand for short form video content will continue to rise, along with the demand for audio-based content such as podcasting. And the reason why is because I think since copy AI and AI-powered, content is going to become a thing in 2023. It's actually already a thing, but it's going to become even more of a thing in 2023. And since it's on the rise, I think some people might actually start to lose trust in written contents, which makes me very sad. I love writing, but since this is on the rise, right, I do think that eventually we might get to a point where people are like, are they actually being authentic, in what they say, or did they just put in some words inside of copy AI and generate a post? Right? So that is my thought process there. And that is actually why I do think that short form video and audio are going to continue to rise. And not just short form video, but just video in general. Video and audio in general are probably going to continue to be a leader in the content space, which I know a lot of people are like, that's scary. But listen, if you're not on that bandwagon yet, you're probably going to need to be. But so that being said, with copy AI, I do think it's, a huge plus. But if everyone starts doing copy AI, is that authentic? I don't know. We don't know yet, right? So this is just a thought process. But either way, I do think video and audio are going to blow up even more so. And really, if you think about it, podcasting just in general is still in its infancy, right? And so is short form video. So short form video and podcasting are going to be huge. YouTube is still huge. It's like the number one, search engine, maybe right behind Google. Those are the top 2, I know for sure, but those are the big ones, right? So just keep that in mind when you are thinking about content, right? So again, if you are not a video audio person, that is okay, but it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. So that being said, we are actually going to get into prediction number 7 now. And prediction number 7 is that original content is in, trends are going out. Okay. I fully believe that trends are on their way out if they are not heading out the door now. I think people are getting tired of seeing the same thing over and over, and people want Original content. People want to see you talking. They want to hear you talking. They want to know, what you believe in and your values. And they want to know if you can solve their problems, right? And I think people are just getting tired of seeing trends, like, at the end of the day. So original content is huge. Instagram has even already said original content they are pushing. So create original content and you will be just fine. Now, prediction number 7, which is original content, actually goes hand in hand with prediction number 8. And this may seem a little contradictory, or it may not, but essentially, I believe that, we're actually going to have to be very different in 2023. And, even though I'm saying, create these carousels are going to take off, and even though I'm saying short form video is going to take off, we're going to have to be different in 2023 in order to really stand out amongst the sea of people, right? So think about it like this. If someone is scrolling the feed or watching reels and just scrolling the reels, or even just searching on YouTube or podcasts, everything normally, let's be honest, it just kind of looks the same and it all just kind of blurs together. What actually gets you to stop? The thing that gets you to stop and gets you to click on it is that it's something different. Right? So maybe it's, a thought that really stands out to you that no one is really saying. Maybe it is, colors or specific branding that's, totally different and unique. But more than likely is probably the actual content itself. What is it you were saying? This is what is going to stand out. You want to be different. You want to be a thought leader in the space. And if you are not, again, you're probably going to get buried in the sea of people, and I'm not saying that to be, a type of way, but it's just true. So I just want to ask you the question, and maybe this is something that you can journal about, is what are you going to do to stand out? What kind of values do you hold? What is the Lord calling you to share this year? Perhaps it is so different than what is being shared right now in the online space. So really, at the end of the day, what I'm telling you right now is to step up and actually be the leader that you are. Because you're a leader. You were called to this. You were called to be the CEO that you are. So step up and own it. Right? Stop holding back. Stop playing small. You were not created to play small. You're created for a mission and a purpose for our Lord Jesus Christ and for Father God in heaven. Okay? So please own your message and own your mission and go for it. Don't be afraid. The Lord has got you. I promise that He does. And with that, I want to switch gears just a little bit again and take you to prediction number 9. And prediction number 9 is that email is going to become crucial to connect with your community. Now, I'm not talking specifically email marketing, even though email marketing is wonderful and it's great and it's been around for so long and people say how important it is, which it is, but I'm actually talking about email in general, just specifically. Right? And the reason why is because I personally think people are going to start, really gravitating and opening emails that feel like a mini blog post, that feel like they're getting to know the person a little bit more, that they are actually getting exclusive content specifically from email. Now, again, I think sales and email is awesome. I think it's great, but I just think 2023 is going to be the year that people want to open more emails and want to be more intentional with connecting people on email, right? So that being said, what can you do about that? Well, you can start a weekly newsletter or you can start a monthly newsletter. Start with a monthly one if you needed to start there. And actually create content that has value and you're actually sending this to your list, right? And I fully believe that when you do this, when people actually have an email list, right? People are actually purposely clicking on the email as opposed to when you were on, Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you're just kind of scrolling through, right? You're not intentionally going and finding a specific person, but once they sign up for your email list, they want your emails and then they click on that email, they're going to start reading. And so they're not getting so distracted by a whole bunch of stuff on Instagram or Facebook. They are actually intentionally wanting to see what you have in the email for them. And when they start doing that and it becomes a consistent thing, you are going to be remembered. Your brand is going to be remembered. They are going to remember you and they are going to feel connected to you. Right? I think this is going to be especially important for the people that, really don't have, a YouTube channel or don't have a podcast or even a blog, right? Or even if you do have a blog, I do recommend this, but let's just say you don't have a long form piece of content. Your long form piece of content can actually start with your email list, and it can start with a newsletter, right? Because I do truly believe that this is going to become really important. And again, like I said earlier, my first prediction is that 2023, it's going to be important for you to be community driven. It's going to be important for you to connect. And that's why I believe that email specifically, again, not just email marketing and not just trying to make sales on email, but actually sending newsletters and actually connecting with them via email and even having some conversations back and forth is going to become really a really great way for you to connect with them as opposed to just being in the DMs. So that said, I know you know how I feel about community and connection and how important that's going to be for 2023. So prediction number 10 really shouldn't surprise you, but essentially prediction number 10 is that relationships are going to become key to sales. I've always believed this, but I think it's growing even more now, especially with the rise of content creators, course creators, coaches, etc. I really do think that connecting with people on a one-on-one level is going to be incredibly important when it comes to sales. Because again, people are so bombarded with content all the time. People are so bombarded with being sold to all the time. But what would happen if you actually built relationships with people and didn't expect anything in return? That is what is going to stand out this year. Honestly, I truly believe it. And I've always believed it. But I think it's going to become more important now than ever before. And that being said, yes, I truly believe starting those one-on-one conversations are so important. But I also want you to think about how can you actually connect with someone on a deeper level than just on Instagram? And when I say just on Instagram, I mean just Instagram content as opposed to DMs, because I do believe being in the DMs is so important. It's a really great place to build relationships, but start thinking of other ways to really connect and start conversations with your ideal clients and with your community. Again, I gave you a couple of examples earlier, right? So an email newsletter would be a really great way to truly connect with them and make them feel like you know them and they know you. That's a great way to build community, right? But, take it a step further and actually have those conversations. Actually, have, a CTA that's, and when I say CTA, that's a call to action. A call to action in your Instagram post or your story or in your email, asking them to reply or to send you a message, or maybe you're recording a podcast and you tell them to send you a message on Instagram or send you an email or something like that. That goes so far. So definitely, again, consider relationships are so important for sales in 2023. They are key. So that being said, it is really no surprise that my signature program, Faith Fueled Coach Academy, actually teaches you how to build authentic connections with other human beings in the space, right? I literally give my clients the daily sales system that I created to consistently, bring in new leads and new clients every single week into my business. And it does incorporate some conversations because, like I said, conversations and relationships are going to be crucial in 2023 because the saturation, it's happening, guys. It is happening because people realize that online business, it's working and it's going so well. So that being said, you've got to actually get on board with connecting with other human beings, right? And I know you want to because you say that community is so important. But if community is so important, why aren't you talking to them? Why aren't you building a relationship with them? It's time. It's time to build relationships. So That said, those are my 2023 business, social media, and marketing predictions. And I really hope that this helped you, give you like a good plan or idea for what you're going to be focusing on in 2023. And I really do hope and pray that you take, what you've learned today and you apply, what you feel led to apply, and you just kind of throw away what doesn't, because I truly believe, maybe like, yes, like maybe they will be, very accurate, but just because they are accurate doesn't mean that it's going to be the best thing for you. And so I just pray that you have that discernment and you just take the time to go to the Lord and really pray into what is going to be the best thing for you in your business this year. Now, with that being said, I would love to hear from you. So please send me a message over on Instagram at Hannah Brindley. That's going to be linked in the show notes for you. But please let me know if you agree with me on any of these, and we'll be putting them into practice after you take the time to pray about it. Or, maybe you disagree, right? I would love to hear, a different perspective on this as well. So definitely send me a message on Instagram and let me know your thoughts. And in addition, if you are ready to amp up your marketing and take action on some of these predictions, and the Lord has called you to grow a Holy Spirit-led coaching business, then I would highly encourage you to get on the wait list to my signature coaching program, Faith Fueled Coach Academy, or better known as FCA, because the castle doors are opening up so soon. Now, if you want to check out the program, read some testimonials, learn all the things, definitely go to www.hannahbrindley.com/FCA. And I'm going to link that in the show notes for you. But please head there, and definitely head there to get on the wait list as well. I cannot wait to open the doors again so I can just serve you. And I'm just all about it. So definitely get on the wait list. But that being said, I will see you on the wait list, or I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, friend. Hey Queen, don't head out just yet. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, it would mean the absolute world to me if you left a written review of the show over on Apple Podcasts. It truly lights a fire in me knowing how God has impacted you through this platform. And since I absolutely adore connecting with you, please, please, please screenshot this episode or your review and post it on your stories on Instagram and tag me at Hannah Brindley. I can't wait to see you over there. So much love to you.